All right. So I talk a lot about looking and feeling like the badass you are, and I mean it. But the only way it happens if you stop wasting time on things that don't light your fire. If you say no. I know I've talked about saying no before, but this is a little different. So if you would like to cut through the noise and kick some serious ass, listen up. I've got a little different perspective for you today. So we all know what it's like to be pulled in a million directions. I was just talking to another mom today who has littles, and I was telling her to buckle up, Buttercup, because it just gets harder. As the bigger they get, the more drama, the more ways you're pulled, the more obligations you have. I long for those days of just diapers and bottles some days, to be quite honest, because that was simple. Eat, poop, sleep. That's all they did, right? But then they get older and there's a whole host of other things that happen. But then you're still trying to live your life. You're still trying to do your job, build your career. You're still trying to have some kind of relationship outside of being a mom and being, the badass that you are. So it's hard. It can feel overwhelming. It can feel frustrating. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's not really that hard to stop the madness. I did it, and you can do it. I'm going to give you some ideas today on how to make that happen. First of all, you have to figure out what to exclude. You have to figure out that when you exclude things, it opens up opportunities for you to include what matters to you. It's kind of hard to say no sometimes. I know. I like to be the control freak. I like to do all the things. I like to volunteer everywhere and be the, troop mom. And I like to be the head of whatever club and all the things, right? And I like to also be the manager and the everywhere I work and every job I do, right? I don't like being bossed around. I like to boss people around. And I imagine if you're still with me, you probably do too. However, if we allow all of those shiny objects to grab our attention, we end up strung out, burned out, exhausted, and wondering why we haven't had time to do what matters most. Like, for example, sit down and eat. So I want you to learn how to prioritize like a boss. You have 3 main priorities in your health: sleep, food, exercise. Okay. You have 1 job, maybe, or 2, or if you're like me, I have 4, but let's call it 1 main one. Okay. You have your family, your immediate family that lives in your house. You have your extended family that you might have to help out with at some point. Hopefully you're not there yet, but you might be. And then you have your friends. But then there's a person missing in that. Do you notice who I didn't mention? You. I mentioned your mandatory eat, sleep, and exercise, but there's more to it than that. You need time to just be you. You need time to sit down and read a book. You need time to go for a walk. You need time to, I don't know, sit outside and listen to the birds, if that's what you want to do. It's one of my most favorite things to do. Didn't know I liked it until recently. So the best way to make that happen is to just say no. It's to stop saying yes. It is to choose what you can exclude. Maybe it's not running to the grocery store. Maybe you're going to order your food to be delivered. Maybe you're not going to help out with your sisters, brothers, I don't know, whatever, right? Even though you're an amazing event planner, maybe they can handle it on their own. There are different things that you need to learn to exclude. If you can say no, then you can say yes to yourself. You don't have to do the boring stuff. You can make room for the exciting, the extraordinary. So I have a few tools for you. I have 3 planners. 2 of them I use every single day. And it has been the way that I've figured out how to get my shit under control. One of them is a healthy lifestyle planner. You use it every day in the morning to kind of figure out what's coming during the day, what you're going to eat, where you're going, what obligations you have, what priorities you have, things that matter. And the other one's called the Power Hour Planner. And to me, if I had to pick one, that Power Hour Planner is probably the most important because you do it every night. Right before you go to bed, you get yourself set up for the next day. The planner walks you through it. It's super easy, pretty straightforward. They are downloadable. They are digital. So if you have to write it down, feel free to print it out. But most of us, we're cool with the digital stuff, less clutter. And guess what? You won't lose it if it's on your phone. So they're free. And the third one is a Dream Big planner that I made for New Year's resolutions and New Year's planning. And it can be used in May. It can be used in June. It can be used in October. It does not have to be used in January. And it's a good opportunity to look at big picture, where you want to be in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, and how you're going to get there. You're not going to get there by sitting on your ass. And you're not going to get there by reacting to what's coming at you all day, every day. I'm able to juggle a million balls and do it successfully, sleep all night, sleep 7 hours a night, and I still like my kids and my husband likes me. So if you would like that, I can show you the way. I will tell you that you and I are not the same. You're not the same as any other person on the planet. And it's important to embrace who you are and what makes you different, and then to build on those strengths. If you focus on what matters most to you and what allows you to use those strengths to get to your goals, to work toward your dreams, you're going to get there, and you're going to get there way faster. Don't compare yourself to others. Just shine as exactly the person you are. And don't forget to shine a little spotlight on yourself when you're kicking ass, because it's okay. It's okay to gloat. It's okay. Maybe not gloat, but it's okay to say, hey, look at me. I'm crushing it right now. And that's exactly what I did as soon as I started to get my life together by using these planners and a few other tips and tricks and things I've learned along the way that I would love to teach you. So the planners are free. You can download them. I'll drop a link with this. And then I want you to shoot me a message, and I want you to let me know, one, that you downloaded it, because, I've got to hold you accountable. And two, what you're most excited to exclude from your life. Keep me posted.